First off, give me your name and title.
I am Captain Douglas McClure. I am the Corps Officer for the Salvation Army in the greater Rome, Georgia area.
What got you into working for the Salvation Army, let alone being a captain?
Well, the truth is, like any other minister that I would assume in other denominations or other churches, I was called to this work. I was called at the age of 8, and I tried other things. I tried a lot of other things, but I never really felt satisfied, and this is one kind of thing that filled that hole in my life.
When you said ministry, folks may not realize, but you were talking about Salvation Army actually being a church.
Oh yeah, Salvation Army is a church. We consider it a Protestant church, very closely related to a Methodist or Nazarene, with the same kind of belief structures. Probably you would recognize most of the songs that are sung. The only difference between us and probably your basic Methodist or Nazarene church is instead of an organ, we usually have a brass band or sometimes some guitars and stuff like that, but even some churches have those now. So, I mean, it's pretty typical as far as faith-based understanding of other churches.
And you're not a native Roman?
No. I was actually born in Maryland, but I graduated from college in Kentucky, graduated from seminary in Atlanta, and graduated from my master's degree is from Nashville. So I'm kind of from the eastern seacoast.
Some folks may not realize captains of the Salvation Army aren't set in one place for periods of time. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we kind of move on a cycle. They tell us it's every 3 to 5 years we stay in an area. But it depends on the needs of the organization. My first command in Cartersville, I was there for 4 years, but I was in Albany for 5 years. We're now finishing up our 4 years here in Rome with, at this point, no indication of moving. So, it's just one of those kind of things we're moving on a cycle with, depending on the needs of the congregation here locally, what the city needs, as well as what the Salvation Army as a whole needs.
And how does that affect you and the family?
Well, I mean, it's really tricky. I mean, because we have kids in school, we have things we get involved with. It's really going to mess up my whitewater season pass if I have to move halfway through the season. But the truth is, it's just one of those things where it's what we knew about when we got moved, when we signed up for it, and we just kind of get it done. And luckily, God provides and takes care of our needs. And luckily, the Salvation Army has a lot of wonderful friends in a lot of places, and they really do provide for us.
The Salvation Army, everybody knows the Canathon and a shelter, but tell me about the Salvation Army and tell me what all you guys do for the community and how does the day-to-day operations work?
A lot of great programs. Of course, the Canathon is our largest food raising program, we call it. Of course, everybody knows the red kettles out in front of the stores just got wrapped up this Christmas season. We also have a shelter here. We actually, believe it or not, run one of the largest shelters in Northwest Georgia. When full, we have 24 beds, which makes us one of the largest sheltering programs in Northwest Georgia. We do a food assistance program, grocery orders for families. Last year, over 700 grocery orders provided. We also do a feeding program at night. We're the only place that feeds the community every day of the year. Last year, we served over 12,000 meals to the community in the dining room right here on First Avenue. We also have a children's program. We do children's music programs as well as character building programs. As well, we sent 27 kids to summer camp this year for a week at our camp in Jasper at no expense to them or their families, and transported them there to have a great experience. We also have religious service as well. We also have programs for women and for men as far as helping to build better families and a better community.
And it's more than just homeless or whatnot. There's programs for everybody, correct?
Oh, yes. We obviously have a large homeless population as far as an outreach, but our programs, especially our religious programs and our character building programs, are really open to the general community. Now, a lot of people do have a connection to the Salvation Army services, maybe through social services or maybe through the sheltering programs, but a lot of families are just people that, just found the Salvation Army a comfortable church home or a place they want their children to learn more about life and about what's going on in their own lives, and so they have become a part of us.
You mentioned that this is the only place, Salvation Army is the only place that feeds the community 365 days a year. That brings up a new program you guys are starting up. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're launching a program hopefully at the end of this month or beginning of the next month. I mean, it's a soft opening that happens actually in December. But what we're looking for a daily sponsor every day, 365 days a year. It costs approximately $300 to run our sheltering program. We're looking for somebody to come alongside and say, I'd like to pay for April 1st, or I'd like to pay for February 28th, or I just want to give you $300 to pay for this night. Because it really would help offset a lot of the expenses we have in the sheltering. It also would help us open the door for some new programs. We're looking at opening a longer stay program for our men, where they can stay up to 6 months with us and hopefully get some life skills and some other building programs. There's also some other programs with children and stuff we'd like to open up, and that really opens a lot of doors by having that kind of funding source available.
What is it about the Salvation Army that you decided to give your life and dedicate your time to?
Well, first off, obviously it's a calling from God, and that I didn't have a choice with, but I did choose to answer that call because in my mind, the Salvation Army is one of the driving forces in communities that makes a difference. One of the things that makes the Salvation Army unique is that we are here to partner with other agencies. We know we can't do it all by ourselves. We don't have the only food bank in town. We're not the only place that has a shelter in town. But we do work with other programs and try to make sure people are being assisted in the best way possible. But I mean, it's just a wonderful organization. It's my favorite charitable organization. It's my favorite church. It's my favorite nonprofit. But obviously, I'm very biased. But obviously, it's just a wonderful place, and people can express who they are and who God wants them to be here.
Of all the places you moved, what is it about Roman Floyd County that you're like, wow, this place is home?
Well, what's great about Roman Floyd County, honestly, is that we have not met a stranger here. It's a very loving community, a very open community. Now, it does have its odd moments, like any community does. But what's wonderful about Rome is that as soon as we came here, we just felt like we were part of family and part of what's going on here. We were easily accepted. People loved us, and people really cared about us and showed us a lot of compassion. And they really love the Army here, which is great. I mean, the Salvation Army has been here in Rome 128 years and still going strong. And we really are grateful to our community for making that happen.
For more information about the Salvation Army, how somebody can help with the 365 campaign?
Obviously, we have our website, salvationarmyrome.org. Some great information there. You can always call us at 706-291-4745 or stop by. We're here on First Avenue, and we'd love to talk to you and show you around what we're doing here.